All right, here we are, November 22nd, and as promised, here is my update video on why is my claim taking so long. I'll talk about where we are with the federal budget, how it's going to impact your SSDI application, and some tips on how you can prepare yourself, budget or no budget. If you're ready for this, let's get it started. A couple of weeks ago, I posted part 1 of this video, and I explained the typical reasons why claims take so long to get decided or determined at the Disability Determination Service, or DDS. I also talked about the main reason now why SSDI claims are taking so long, and that's because there is a 25-year low shortage of staffing in Social Security. That includes the state-run DDSs. And it all has to do with the federal budget at the congressional level. If you haven't watched the video yet, I strongly suggest you do, because you're going to need as much information as you can to stay educated and to stay informed about what's happening and how it's going to impact your SSDI application and claim. But now let's update you on the federal budget and where things are right now over there in Capitol Hill. Now, as you may or may not know, the federal government was in danger of a government shutdown if they did not pass a budget by November 17th, because the continuing resolution, or CR, kind of like a temporary extension of the previous budget from the last fiscal year, was about to expire. But just in the nick of time, on November 15th, late that night, Congress passed a short-term budget on Wednesday, 2 days before it was about to expire. And in doing so, they avoided a shutdown of the federal government. So Congress basically said, we'll approve this short-term budget for now, and then we can deal with a long-term budget later on, because we don't want to mess up anybody's Thanksgiving or Christmas. So no government shutdown for now. But the problem with that is this: we'll be right back here in February waiting for Congress to pass a long-term budget that will carry us all the way through the end of September, which is the end of the fiscal year. So it's not technically over yet, because all we have is a couple of months and some change to do what we need to do and hope that Congress will do its job in February in passing a long-term federal budget. Now, what does this all mean for you, because you're trying to apply for SSDI? And this is exactly what it boils down to. You need to get your house in order while Congress gets its house in order. No pun intended. And that's because there's still a 25-year low on staffing with Social Security. And that's not changing anything when it comes to your application or claim. It's going to be the same weight. The only thing about that is, if they don't pass a long-term budget, then there may be a shutdown, and there may be some furloughs and essential workers all grumpy because they're not getting paid to work on your cases. So as I mentioned earlier, this is the time to get your house in order while Congress gets its house in order. In other words, this is the time to be proactive rather than reactive. And that's why I'm going to give you 4 steps to help you be on your game and to stay ready for whether there's going to be a budget that's going to be passed or if there's no budget passed at all. The first tip is to get your forms done now. Get them done ahead of time, so when your case is at the DDS, those forms will need to be filled out. You already have taken care of it, and the examiners may only need to do a quick update. So if you have mental impairments, you want to fill out the function report, which is the SSA 3373. I'll also throw in there a third-party function report, which is SSA 3380. That's for someone you know and you love that knows your condition and who can speak to your daily activities. And that's the form you send to them to get them to fill out to help your case. When we're talking about your past work, you want to get an SSA 3369, and you fill that out and get that completed. And if there's any changes, all the examiner will do is give you a quick phone call to clarify something on the form. The second tip is to get your medical sources lined up. You want to make sure you have updated information for your medical sources. So any addresses, phone numbers, fax numbers, and also on top of that, your allegations, what you were treated for by these sources, and any medications, any procedures, all those things you can use to update your medical file. The third tip is to get any medical records you have in your possession organized and ready to be scanned in to your electronic folder when your case is opened at the DDS. Usually, an examiner will send you a barcode, and that barcode is like a cover sheet for a fax. So you take your records to a fax machine, fax them in, and they go immediately into your electronic file. But the thing is, you have to have an active claim at the DDS to do that. Technically, the field office or your local Social Security office can do that, but they've got a lot more things to deal with. So it's best to wait for when your case is actually active and pending at the DDS. My recommendation is this: get your records organized according to medical source, and then have them sorted chronologically with the oldest one first at the top and the newest one or the most recent one at the bottom. Now, don't worry about putting the medical doctors or the hospitals in alphabetical order. That's really not important. What's important is you have this doctor and these records, you have this hospital and these records, and you have this clinic and these records. And for each stack, make sure that they are in chronological order from the oldest to the most recent. And the fourth tip, get your application in right now. Get it in the pipeline, because waiting to apply only pushes back the date that the DDS can start working on your claim. And you certainly can't wait for Congress to get its act together. You need to be in control of your own destiny. That's because if you live in a state like Texas, who has massive backlogs at the DDSs, you need to get your case in the pipeline ASAP. Now, if you have a terminal illness, if you qualify for a compassionate allowance, if you're a wounded warrior, or you are 100% PNT rated by the VA, be sure to tell SSA when you apply at the time you are completing your application online, preferably, so that you can get your case fast-tracked at the DDS. And lastly, you don't have to do this alone. Your boy is here, the Disability Yoda, and you can easily get on my calendar at any time to get scheduled for a Disability Yoda case review. This is a review where I look at your factors, look at your impairments, look at any other thing related to what's going on with you, and I also give you what I believe your chances are in getting approved for SSDI. No one's doing this. No attorney, no advocate, only me. I have a link in the description, always for your convenience. And that's all I've got for this update on why your case, your claim, your application is taking so long, and the update on where we are with the federal budget. Now, just like always, I have other videos for you to watch. Don't leave me hanging, because I'm going to see you on the other side.